Okay, everybody. So basically, this is just a really quick little training on this awesome three-way call training that I watched on the RF Experience. And so it's basically 5 steps for a successful conference call. And I'll post a link to the call so you can listen to it again from her. But I summarized it basically. So step number 1 is when somebody's interested in the business or even the products really, you send them a recorded opportunity call, and we have a recorded opportunity call page on Facebook that we can add you to or you can add yourself to. And there's a gajillion different calls. There's ones for teachers, there's ones for nurses, there's ones for stay-at-home moms, there's ones for attorneys. I mean, it's just endless basically. And so the fastest way to find those calls is to go to that page and look at the photos, and then basically hi Shanna. So basically you go to the photos and you can look at all the different images and then kind of get an idea, but you definitely should listen to it first before you send it, because some of them have expired or wonky or whatever, and so you just want to make sure that it's all legit and still working. So the first step is to send them a recorded opportunity call once they've expressed interest. And what I usually say, the language is like basically like, I can see you're looking for more information. That's awesome. I'm going to send you a recorded call about what we do and how we do it. But then you really need to say, so can you listen to it tomorrow or tonight? And can I follow up with you tomorrow? You want to keep it within 24 to 48 hours, because sometimes otherwise it just kind of drags on and on and on, and we all know how that goes, right? So you got to set the appointment. That's basically step 2. So you need to kind of guide them to the next step. So the next step is, let's talk at 10 and see what what kind of questions you had about that opportunity call. Then when you follow up with them after they've listened, the next step is essentially that you say, okay, when they start asking you questions about the business kits or what about this, what about that, you can say, at that point you say, you know what, you have a lot of great questions. That's awesome. So the next step is that I want you to meet my friend Shanna, or I want you to meet my friend Jen, or I want you to meet my friend Becky or Shannon, or whoever you think is going to be kind of a good connection for them. And then what time works for you? 10 o'clock tomorrow, 2 o'clock tomorrow. And don't fret about like my availability or Becky Strope's. You can even say, I want you to meet my friend who's been doing this business a little while. She's got a different perspective than I do, and it might be good for you to hear from her. We will figure out who's going to do the call. So you don't necessarily need to commit to a person. But essentially you need to try to get them onto that 3-way call. And then after they say, yeah, 11 o'clock tomorrow works, and we figure out who it's going to be. Hi, Aubrey. Are you crying back there? That's why you're on mute. So then once you identify who it's going to be, maybe Shannon Hogan or Becky Strope or Becky Chapman or myself or Ovita or whoever, you start up a text thread between those 3 people. So you, them, and whoever it is that's doing the 3-way call. And basically that's sealing the deal as far as an expectation and an appointment. So you're saying, hey, hey Mary, super excited to be talking to you tomorrow at 11. My friend Shannon's in this, texting thread. We're looking forward to it. Can't wait. So, when you get text messages from the doctor and it says, oh, we'll see you at 2 o'clock tomorrow, it's a lot harder to kind of bail on that than it is when you don't get that. So that's basically what it is. It's sealing the deal, making them understand that it's an appointment is an expectation. The next step 4 is essentially to email or text the person who's doing the 3-way call some details about that person so that they have some information ahead of time. So basically their name, where they live, and what's in it for them. Like, why is this a good plan for them? How is it going to help them? Number two is, why do you want to partner with them? Like, what skills do they have? What are they going to offer? Are they your best friend? Do you think that they have this huge drive? Do they, are they super good with people? Do they have a really good network? Do they live in Australia? Do they live in Canada? Do they have family there? I mean, why do you think that they would be a good partnership for you? Because then the person that's doing the three-way call can kind of tie into that a little bit. And then what's their possible objections? Is it time? Is it money? Is it confidence? I mean, what are their possible objections? And knowing those ahead of time, we can be prepared to kind of address those things. And then what do they do? What do they do for work now, or what do they do in the past? So maybe they're a stay-at-home mom now, but they used to work in real estate, or maybe they work full-time as a school administrator or as a nurse, or maybe they're a full-time student, whatever it is. But that just gives further information for the person doing the call to kind of tie in and connect those dots for them so that they recognize that this could be an option for them as well. And then when you get to the three-way call, essentially, the first thing, the first thing that we're going to be, that I would be saying is, you know, welcome to this call. This is about providing more information for you. What's exciting you the most about Rodan & Fields? And then I will shut up and then let them talk and say what it is. I would also say something about, I know you listened to an opportunity call, so you have a lot of information. Maybe Becky told me a lot of great things about you, that you know, you're a super go-getter, you're an athlete, you understand how to you know, go for it and push through, etc. Whatever it is that I've been told that their strengths are. Then I would tell my short story within like a minute or two. Erica, are you listening?
Hey, now, I'm getting better at shortening it up. Okay.
And then I would go into the 4 facts, or the 4 Ps that Romy has identified, which is basically the presence of the doctors and the brand. Talk about how they were in Nordstrom's and Neiman Marcus and how they developed Proactive, and they pulled out of retail and went directly into direct sales on purpose, basically to be able to partner with people like us. Talk about the products briefly. Talk about how we've launched into Canada. We're going into Australia. Talk about the different programs like Lead the Way and Fast Start. And then I would talk about the profit potential, that they can make this whatever they want to make this, whether they want to pay their mortgage or retire from their day job or pay for college for their kids or just pay for their own products. That's really up to them, and they can do whatever it is that they want to do. And then I stop talking and say, you know, so what questions do you have for me? And then I shut up and listen. And so essentially, once they start talking and explaining their questions and I'm answering them and kind of covering their objections, I would use the feel, felt, found method, you know, like, oh yeah, I felt that way in the beginning too, and I totally understand what you're saying, and this is what I found. And then I finally will end it up with like where are you at on a scale of 1 to 10? Like 1 being you girls are psycho and I'm hanging up right now, and 10 being like sign me up right now. So if they're a 1 to a 4, 5, I'm probably going to be talking to them about becoming a preferred customer, that this business isn't for them, and that's okay. If they're a 6, 7, then it's really about, okay, well, so it sounds like you have some more questions that we haven't really addressed, and so you know what they are. And if not, then we kind of go the preferred customer route, or we can look at the consultant route. It kind of depends. And then if they're an 8, 9, or a 10, it's more about setting up the next step, which is an enrollment appointment. And so at that point, I would say, okay, well, sounds like you're super interested and you're ready to go. You just have to talk to your husband, or you have to talk to your, you know, your kids or whoever it is you have to talk to. So how about Shanna calls you tomorrow? You guys work out a time, and if you have any more questions, I'm here for you. And then I turn it over to you. And so that's kind of it in a nutshell as far as what I've been doing lately, and I've been doing it with a lot of, especially like Destiny and Randy lately. And it seems to be going really, really well. And so today I'll post in the Team Believe page the actual call from, is it Marissa McDonough? Yes. Yeah, Marissa McDonough. So you can hear it from her as well, of how it's going to go. So that's kind of just an overview, but three-way calls are definitely the way to go. So take advantage of us. And like I said, if that person says they can do 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 7 o'clock, don't worry about it. We will find someone to do it for you. It might not be me, so don't necessarily commit to, oh, Jen can do that, but it might be, we'll figure it out, and somebody qualified could do that for you. You guys have any questions or comments? Yes, no? So,
What do you mean you can't do it all?
I do have a full-time day job, unfortunately, but I'm working hard to get out of that.
You're wonderful.
Thanks, girl. So, anyway, that's kind of it for the training today. I want you all to know, too, that there's a new website up. If you haven't had a chance to look at it,
It's pretty.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome to me.
Thought at 6 this morning.
We figured it out as we go. Anything else, girls? Say hi to everybody in the room.
Hi, Hannah. Hi, Becky. Hi, Erica.
Hi,
Miss you guys.
Lisa over here.
I want to know what Destiny's saying to get so many three-way calls this week.
Hello, right?
Yeah.
I am on fire. Man, you can't slow me down. I am.
What are you saying? How are you getting these girls to talk to me, Destiny?
I'm basically, I know it sounds bad. I'm making it sound a lot better than it is what I'm doing. Is that even though, like, I'm not telling them that I started on the 45 and I'm not to EC yet, that's for sure. But it's not about, it's basically going at it at their point, what they can get from it, not what I want them to get from it.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to see results. I want them to know about this awesome opportunity that I'm super excited to share with them. And I can't wait to learn more about what they want and what questions they have and how to get them rolling with me so that we can be working through this together. And I'm ready to lead someone every step of the way.
And how old are you, girl?
20?
Yes. 20. We had a long talk about that today, didn't we? Like,
Yeah.
in it to win it all the way. 20 years
I've
old.
got my 9 people list right here. I'm gonna get them all. It's just a matter of time.
That's right.
You can't push it.
Thanks for sharing that. Anybody else have anything to offer or add? All right, well, we'll stop this recording. We'll post it on the team page along with the Marissa McDonough call, and hopefully you guys are all invited to the flash sale tonight and have paid in that $20 in order to get the invite. And it's going to be awesome, fast deals for people. And the great part is that everybody can like log on when the time is that they want to log on. So if they're interested in a blemish, it's at this time. If it's lash boost, it's at that time. Reverse, it's at this time, and so it's going to be super exciting. So we'll see how it goes. We'll probably do it again. We're learning as we go on this one, so hang with us. All right, ladies, talk to you later.
Bye. Nice seeing you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.